Okay, let's talk about volumes of peroxide. Peroxide can be identified as percentage or volume depending on where you live. In Canada and other countries, they go by percentage. In the United States, we go by volume. Peroxide cannot be identified by sight alone. It looks identical to water. So it all depends on how much bubbles or how much fizz that you see. It all depends on the amount of peroxide that you have in your solution. So we're going to show you some different, for example, 20 volume peroxide generates more activity or bubbles than 5 volume peroxide. And we're going to show you a little demonstration so you can see exactly what I'm talking about because, again, you cannot identify peroxide by sight alone, but you can identify it by the amount of activity that it shows. So the more bubbles that it have, the more activity that it is, and the more volume or percentage that you have. So again, um, we go by percentage or volume. So for 10 volume equals 3%, 20 volume equals 6%, 30 volume equals 9%, 40 volume equals 12%. So whatever manufacturer you're working with, they're either going to have percentage or volume. So let's show you this little demonstration here so you can see exactly what I'm talking about, how it will show you how much activity one is opposed to the other. So just because you have 40 volume, it does not mean that it works twice as long. It means it works twice as strong or is twice as aggressive than 20 volume. So again, 20 volume and 40 volume. 40 volume works twice as aggressive than 20 volume, but they will all stop working at the same time. So let's look at the demonstration. So each of these represents each volume of peroxide. We have 3 is going to represent 10 volume, 6 is going to represent 20 volume, 9 is going to represent 30 volume, and 12 is going to represent 40 volume. We're going to drop these in at the same time so you can see exactly how each one will generate and how it progresses in the water. Go. As you can see, the 10 volume is less aggressive than the 20. 20 is less aggressive than 30. 30 is less aggressive than 40. But they're all going to work at the same time and going to stop at the same time. So this gives you an indication on how the peroxide works with the color as well as with the lightener.